Shakespeare video, if that's okay.
Do you mind if they record video me, not you? Is it okay? Or are you okay? Are you okay with that? I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, they'll record me. Make sure he's not on there. If they put you on there, tell me. I'll send strike to the channels. Yeah, I can do it and it gets shut down. Yeah, sorry, we're saying about UK. What are we saying about UK law or something?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that there are some serious ills.
Yeah.
There are some serious ills in the East. You know,
Yeah. 100%.
Countries that are constitutionally Islamic.
Yes.
But how does that prove the veracity, the truth in Islam?
No, the thing is, look, the Quran has this. Look, it's very simple, yeah? The Quran, look, be it predictions, yeah? Okay, prophecies. So the question that we need to ask is, how does one know? How does Allah says in the Quran, Surah Rum, Gulibat al-Rum, yeah? The Romans have been defeated, yeah? And he makes a prediction. He makes a specific prediction. So the thing is, look, the challenge to bring a surah like it, find contradictions and errors in it. Yeah, historical miracles. Yeah, linguistic miracles. That we won't go to it because we don't know what the premise is for that. Yeah, okay. So all of that is in place. For you to convince me, you need to dismantle that claim. Once you dismantle that claim, then I'm all yours, no problem. Yeah, but you need to bring that up because Quran is making some deep challenges. Bring a chapter like it. Find contradictions in it. Yeah. And so these are profound challenges. Like the Bible can make those challenges, and we can say, you know, well, hold on a second. Here you go. You got this many versions of the Bible, this many extra books, this many verses added in. We can dismantle that. But nobody has come to this day. And most of the times, I speak to some ex-Muslims. Yeah, some of them, yeah, so-called ones. Yeah, I speak to them, and I ask them a question. Majority of the thing they bring is, why did your Prophet marry Aisha at 6? Yeah, and it's a weak argument. Yeah, I'll dismantle it in 2 seconds. But the issue is this. Yeah, easily. I can go to it now. You want to go to it now? No, yeah, no problem. No problem. No. Yeah, no, bro. We've covered it. I spoke to a non-Muslim.
This is what I always hear.
Bro, they bring it. I asked them a very simple question. If you lived in Britain 100 years ago, would you ever use this argument?
No, of course not. Joseph and Mary. How old was Joseph?
Mary was 12. Joseph was 90. But the issue is this: if we lived in Britain 100 years ago, yeah. If we lived in Britain 100 years ago,
I'm not talking about Joseph or Mary.
No.
Because I get told that you're a prophet. He married, and I don't like you. See me?
No, it's fine.
Angry about that.
No, you know.
I wasn't able to answer. You know, before I wasn't able to answer, and I just knocked my. You know what? No, we can't answer because the thing is we're not. You know, people think we can't answer and we get. No, we can answer. These are minor stuff. So the question is, if you lived in Great Britain 100 years ago, yeah, would you have a problem with the Prophet's marriage to Aisha? 100 years ago, yeah. Don't think with today. 100 years ago.
So there's this one book, great actor from Charles Dickens, but pretty much 100 years ago.
Okay. What's it say?
And there's this one character in it,
Stella, yeah?
She features in that book when she's 13, 14 years old.
Okay.
She's pretty presented as an innocent lady, an innocent girl.
Yeah, I'm sure she was, yeah. What's wrong? Okay.
She doesn't marry until she's presumably in her 20s or 30s. I mean,
no problem.
100 years ago did not...
No problem. No, the point...
Girls were 6, 7 years old.
No problem. When she chose to marry, it's irrelevant. She can choose to marry at 20. The point here is this, yeah? Is that...
But it's a question of biology. It's a question of anatomy.
No, of course, and that is subjective. That changes from time to time because UK says, brothers, I'm just trying to make a point. Sorry, forgive me. Wallahi, forgive me. It's just.
But women are not a fruit.
Come, don't go.
Come. Fostered, the Hijaz 1,400 years.
No. Hold on a second. No. I'm so sorry. No. They do not.
1,400 years ago.
No, they do not. 100 years ago. 100 years ago.
Some extra 40 years, bro.
Brothers, please, if you allow me, because. Sorry?
1,440 years.
100 years ago. Brothers, please, you need to allow me to talk because otherwise I can't make my point. You get it? Please, if you allow me, yeah. I'm saying 100 years ago.
That's what it says in the calendar.
Would you have a problem with a 9-year-old marrying a 40-year-old?
Yes.
Why?
It's a question of biology.
No problem. She's
because a girl who's 9 years old who marries someone who's 40, who marries anyone who actually engages in sex maybe at that age.
Do you know there's teenage?
That changes.
Do you know teenagers are having sex in the bushes as we speak? No, don't to laugh. No need to laugh. I'm making a point here. Do you know? No,
I'm not.
Not everyone's moral.
no. The Prophet ﷺ, look, the Prophet ﷺ is.
This is England. Not everyone's got
Brothers, please allow me, because we're missing.
madness.
Brothers, I'm saying something very simple. The Prophet ﷺ is the best role model for all times. I've made that premise, yeah? Now, when we say that, people come and say to us, well, if that's the case, why don't you marry a 6-year-old and consummate 9? Yes? Valid question, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not marrying a 9-year-old.
I know I said you did. Did I say you did? I know I said you did. I'm saying that people genuinely ask us, your Prophet is a role model for all times. Yes. Would you marry they ask me, would you marry a 6-year-old? They ask me, yeah?
Okay.
I go, look, I will follow my Prophet and I will not marry a 6-year-old. Let me tell you how. The Prophet ﷺ married Aisha at 6. He consummated at 9. Yes? He waited 3 years. Billah, why would somebody who loves children wait 3 years? Why did he have to wait 3 years? Because from the Prophet's hadith, what do we take? We take from his appearance, his sayings, his action, his speech, yeah, even his silence. Hadith means the Prophet was silent. Okay, why was he silent? We take a ruling from that. Now, why did the Prophet wait 3 years to consummate the marriage with Aisha? Do you know? I'm just asking in general. Does anybody know?
No.
Okay.
We don't.
Okay, what we take from that is very simple, yeah? She was not ready.
He was busy with his other wives?
No. Well, you wouldn't wait. Look, if I had three wives, yeah. If I had 3 wives, yeah. Okay. If I had 3 wives, I'm not going to wait to have intimacy with another wife for 3 years. Why would I wait 3 years? Yeah, 4th is allowed. Okay.
6 years old.
Okay.
To get 9 years.
No, thank you. Okay, good.
young.
Good. No. Don't. If you're comparing a 9-year-old today, it's a big. It's a big false analogy.
It's not a question of
So let me.
judging.
Prophet enemy didn't say nothing about him being a pupil.
So we're gonna come to that, brothers, one by one.
Hold on. What's the legal minimum in
Brothers, I can't carry on.
16.
Please, if you guys, because I can't, because I'm trying to make a premise here.
There you go.
They're on the books, but no one
I'm not justifying that.
No one has the 13. It's on the books, but no one does it.
Let the ones
It's on the books now, innit? But no one does it. It's on the books now, innit? If you wanted to do it, you could do it.
Yes.
We're not, it's not, we're having a conversation. It's not about points winning. We're not. And I don't mean to, because I saw some of genuine personal concern when I approached you.
I know. I can only answer. Yeah.
In your surname, Dawah featuring.
No, I can only answer if people are not gonna get. I can't carry on because if I'm making a point, you see, look, look where the conversation went. Yeah.
So
I need you guys, please, if we can ask you please one more time. If I get interrupted again, I'm going to have to walk off because I'm trying to build a point here. It's not just for him. There's people watching that might have this doubt. There might be people who have a massive doubt. So allow me to just make this point, please, yeah? Please, brothers, if you can allow me. Now, the reason why he waited 3 years is because she was not ready to consummate the marriage. So that shows us, I can follow my Prophet at this age, this time. How? Because the fact that he waited a certain amount of time, that means I can, for example, if I'm, let's say I'm 20, yeah? And I want to marry a 15-year-old, yeah? I'm going to be implementing the same thing. Why? Because to these laws, if I believe she is not mature yet, yes, she's not mature yet, I'm going to wait till she's 16. I might wait till she's 17. I might say, you know what, I'm going to wait till you're 19. Why? Because the fact that the Prophet ﷺ waited 3 years is something that we implement because we follow him, yeah? And like you said, for all ages and all time. So we're following exactly what he did today by implementing it today. If I wanted to marry a girl and she's not ready, I can say we're going to get married in 3 years then, 4 years then. Go to uni, finish college, no problem, etc. So that's point number 1, yeah? Point number 2 is that if you lived in Britain 100 years ago, you would have zero problem with this because no Orientalist who hated Islam ever brought this argument. The people who hated the Prophet much, like Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab, not a single time they came and said, hold on a second, why are you marrying a 6-year-old for? No one did. So now the question that needs to be asked is, why? Why did the staunchest enemies of Islam didn't bring this up, but in today's time, you have these EDL, Tommy Robinson kind of ones, and you know how Allah humiliates and punishes them? 100% of pedophiles are white guys. 100% of pedophiles are white guys. They come to me, oh, you're a prophet. I go, fam, a pedophile, he looks more like you than me. You fit the criteria more than me. So, wallah, I see like a punishment of Allah. Majority of the pedophiles go on documentaries. middle-aged white men. They go to Thailand. Why are they going to Thailand? For holiday, nice sun, yeah? Yeah, nice sun. So the thing is I believe it's a humiliation to them. I'm talking to them, yeah? It's a humiliation on them. They insult the Prophet so much that they themselves, one guy got convicted, he was going to kill an MP, yeah? He was a paedophile himself. So the argument here is this, yeah? We had other kings who've married young, yeah? They've married young girls. The question here is this, is it categorically wrong or consequentially wrong? Which one of the two? How?
Consequentially wrong because it inflicts harm.
Oh, no. Islam said, no, you can't inflict harm if there's no harm. You can't, if I know it's going to inflict harm, you're not allowed, it's haram. Not at all.
Because it's Islam, there's no harm because there's no harm.
No, I never said that. I said that. No, Islam said you can't cause harm. Therefore, if you know you're going to cause harm, you can't get married.
No, but you're going back to authority.
Yeah, you can't cause harm. The premise is you cannot cause harm. So if you know it's going to cause harm, you cannot indulge in it. No, you're missing the point though.
I cannot see any situation, an example where a girl who's 9 years old engages in sex.
Excuse me? You don't, 9-year-olds?
No, they would do it, but not married to a 14-year-old.
Not married to a 40-year-old. Sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, let me get this right. Okay, 1 second. Okay, 1 second. A 9-year-old girl. Let me tell you something. Look, just Google girls that get pregnant. Yeah, look at the ages. Yeah. Now the problem. Why are you telling me the problem is this? They can indulge in sex. Yeah, because what? How do you define puberty? How does one become an adult?
Wet dream.
Yeah, for the brother's wet dream. Yeah. But for okay, how does a female become an adult? When do we realize she's become an adult?
Well, I mean, you can talk about puberty. You can also talk about emotional adulthood. When a girl becomes 18 and she's emotionally mature enough to understand what she's engaging into.
Okay, good.
And by that logic,
good.
You can say when someone is 9 years old, she doesn't know what she's engaging.
No. That's subjective.
Well, it's
don't get a 9-year-old today with back then. It's a big fallacy. It's a big fallacy.
I mean,
it's a big fallacy for you to, fam. Brother, in my country, 9-year-olds, yeah, 9-year-old guys, yeah, they're bad mans. They are bad mans, brother. They will trust me. 9-year-olds at home, back home, you know, their life is not PlayStation. They're earning. Turkey. I'm Kurdish. I'm from Turkey, yeah. And I'm talking, Turkey's not even like that, you know. But go to Africa, any other country, these guys are making a living. They're looking after their mum. They get married when they're 11, 12. The life is not the same. So to compare our 9-year-old today, who plays with babies and PlayStation, man, he doesn't do nothing. Yeah. To compare it with that, it's not fair. Yeah. It's too. Look. I'm telling you, 2019. Go back home. They're trying to earn a living. My man's selling watermelons. He's selling, wallahi, halal earning. We should look after them, yeah? He's selling watermelons, you name it, all this kind of stuff. Why? Because 9-year-old, you know, I was 9 years, I don't know what I was doing, bruv. 9-year-old, chilling, playing GTA, yeah? Yeah, killing bear feds, like on GTA, not literally, yeah? We've got a lawyer here, he'll defend my rights. So the thing is, to compare the two, it's not correct, yeah? So that's why now, for you to say, oh, but he's a 40-year-old, okay, if you're allowed to have intimacy, so then, okay, can we say a 18-year-old cannot have intimacy with a 40-year-old, or a 50-year-old, or a 60-year-old, or a 70-year-old? The issue is, if they can have intimacy, and I'm not, like I said to you before, I'm not calling for that. I'm saying, back then, what the Prophet ﷺ done, nobody can come and say that it was wrong, and he was like this. Because the only reason you're saying that is because you've been conditioned, in today's time, subconsciously, with social constructs, to think a certain way. That's the reason why with our organization called Salam, yeah? It means sharing affection, love and mercy, yeah? We have a slogan. We deconstruct false narratives and reconstruct purer minds. Why do we do that? Because a lot of the Muslims who have these doubts, they're looking at Islam with these lenses that are mash up. Liberalism, feminism, all these schism. So they're looking and thinking, wow, that looks babuki, yeah? Because we're saying, look, let's clean your goggles, have a look at Islam now. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Ali, so you and I, you know, we've spoken for the past an hour.
Yeah.
I actually agree with many of the things you say, but only on the basic stuff. Rape is bad.
Oh yeah, we agree with that.
Proliferation and the spread of STDs.
Yeah, sleeping around like it's happy days. Yeah, it's bad.
Crash rates, going
Yeah.
to the roof.
Yeah, bad.
All these.
Murder.
We can all.
Murder, bad. Yes.
Terrorism's bad.
Yes.
But on the question of child's and the child.
We're on the same page. Well, what do you think about child abuse?
Well, no, child abuse. By that I mean I talk about how walls are down. That's a bit of criticize because I think any sex with a child.
Do you know?
Less than 13 is just.
I forgot your name. Ali. Sorry, Ali.
I share your name.
I got an excuse. I'm fasting.
That is something I cannot categorically accept.
No, I'm with you. I'm on the same page as you.
And on the question of whether we today are allowed to look back in the past and judge. I can see your point there, like judging the past through modern lens,
Yes.
modern lens of feminism, and you pointed out to a few other isms out
Yes.
there. There's nothing wrong with reconstructing our world. There's nothing wrong with reimagining a better world. I mean, that was, after all, what the Prophet did 1,440 years ago.
Yeah. Look, the feds are here now. Yeah. You gotta be careful, yeah. You got my back if they. You tell me my rights, yeah.
The point is, the point of society, the point of Islam 1,400 years ago was to create a better world.
Yes.
And I think maybe we can do that right now by reinventing the wheel. Not necessarily.
Nah, never.
Not necessarily.
Islam is perfect.
Well, I mean, okay, Islam could be perfect, but Islam is there to book. You know, the Quran is there to book. It falls on our interpretation. We can have a plethora of interpretations of what Islam says, and you can have better interpretations than another. And I mean, I must admit, I kind of disagree with many things you've said.
Yeah.
In relation to child abuse.
No. Whoa, correct that. Whoa, well, hold on a second. That's a big claim there. Well, what did I say about? One second. Did I say to you, you can abuse a child?
I think men and women should be entitled to the same amount of inheritance. They should be treated equally.
Islam gives more rights. We went through that, and you even agreed with me.
I mean,
you agreed with me.
No.
Didn't you agree with me? Yeah, you. Didn't you agree with me?
No, we said
No.
the fundamental difference.
Once again.
So you said that ends up the man is still paying more than the woman.
Yes,
And
it's
ends up with more left in her pocket.
the most you can say is he oppresses a man. Do you know that? I said to you recently, I've been studying inheritance.
Responsibilities, right? We spoke about you said.
But a man is worse off.
Men have more rights under Islam than women. That's what you
No.
said. Wait,
I never
and
said-
then you
I never said
added
that.
the proviso that actually they've got more responsibilities. The responsibilities outburden.
Yeah. They're worst off.
ways
The most you can say is they're worst off.
And hence, men, in your words, are oppressed. To which he and I said, well, that must be rich for you saying that Islam oppresses men.
Yeah. I'm saying it today on camera. If I was to say, I'm not saying Islam doesn't oppress nobody, but I'm saying to go with the premise, men should be coming and saying Islam oppresses men, because inheritance. I've been studying it recently. Out of 21 case of inheritance, 16 times. Look, listen carefully. Nobody knows this. Yeah. 21 case of inheritance. 16 out of them, a woman gets more than a man. 16 times a woman gets more than a man. Nobody knows this. I found out recently.
Talk about taking things out of context, man. You have two.
It's in context.
You have a son and a daughter.
And what if you don't have a son?
What if you had a what? You're saying that the daughter would get more than your uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
But that's more than a man, yeah?
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Talk about taking it out of context, man.
One second. How is it out of context?
Compare your son to your daughter, not your daughter to your
No, you're missing. The point here is this. Why does a man get more than a woman?
In English law, okay,
Yeah.
if you don't have a will, what happens?
I don't know what happens if you don't have it in English. I don't know.
You've got certain rules that apply.
Yeah, the man gets 2 shares and the woman gets 1. Is that what you're on about?
Yeah, no, he's talking about that. But the thing is,
That's what happens under Sharia.
yes, but the thing is, I explained to you.
Because Morocco's not Sharia law, but they still have to do that.
No, but still they implement the Sharia. No, but what did we explain to you? You're backtracking. Yeah, I said to you very clearly, if there is 50. Look, Allah talks about different inheritances. Yeah. Okay. Let me open it for you. And one of the things that he talks about is that 50%. It is only one man, only the husband. If the husband is alive, if the wife dies, he's entitled to 50%. If the husband is not there, the woman, there's 4 kind of females that get more than any man. They get more than 13 to 14 male members.
Right. Let me rephrase the question.
Yes.
A man and a woman in the exact same relational position to the person who died. Who
Yes.
gets more?
A man gets more. Okay, now, okay, one second.
It's called intimacy.
No.
To say that
No.
the daughter would get more than your grandfather. Really
Yes.
doesn't say
No, then you can't come and say men get more than women, because women get more than men in Islam.
that. No, if they're in the same relation
We
position,
agree
they
with
can
you.
say
We agree
You
with
said
and
can-
say,
okay, look.
Why should sons get more than their daughters?
Because I explained it to you. I said it to you.
Sons don't get more than their
No. I explained to you very clearly. I'll repeat again for the camera. Very simple. No. It's not about that. I'll repeat again so you guys understand. I have a sister. My dad leaves 100 grand, yeah? Inshallah.
Inshallah, I'm with you, bro.
Okay, I get 66 grand. My sister gets 34 grand, yeah? Okay. Now, when she gets married, who pays for it? Her? Nope.
No, you.
Man needs to pay for it, yeah?
Of course.
Man's just lost about 16 grand on that wedding. Boom. in today's time, boom, all of it's gone. Okay,
Why can't we
No.
agree to a situation
No,
where
but
everyone assumes they're under
no, because you don't know better than the one who created you. You're coming with subjectivity.
We don't know anyone better than.
No, exactly.
I'm trying to run an argument that's
No, but if you want to run an argument, you need to show me the Quran is not from God, then I'm full 100% with you. But if you can't do that, then you can't tell me it's circular, because I'm referring back to something that is from divine. You need to prove that it's not divine.
Well, you're referring to an authority we don't believe in. It's the ultimate.
No, exactly, but that's what I live by. You don't need to. You are referring to an authority that I don't believe in.
Okay.
But I'm telling you this is better than yours.
Well, I'm telling you this is better than yours.
But let's put it to the table.
Okay.
Exactly, that's what I'm doing. So so what I'm saying is I get 66 grand, my sister gets 34 grand. When she gets married, my sister, I will tell her, ask for 10 grand straight, yeah? She's gonna ask for mahar. She's gonna get 5 to 10 grand extra. Boom. How much is it? Now that's 44 grand. How much did I spend on my wedding? How much did I spend on my wife? How much I spend on my mom? Yeah? It's going, brother. Money's flying out. Now, if man wants to, yeah, let's say get married again, yeah, okay, okay, man needs to spend on the wedding, man has got other families to look after. Now, you tell me how on earth is that me better off when I'm spending on her, on my sister? If I had a couple of sisters, they're gonna get married, I have to pay for that. My mom, I have to pay for it. My wife's, I have to pay for that. So now you tell me, please tell me. No, it's not my choice. And another thing, can I tell you another thing, yeah? When she has her money, her husband can't touch a penny of it. She's going Gucci shopping, brother. She's going to the Louis Vuitton store. No, hear me out. Listen, she's going to the Louis store, yeah, and man's broke. I'm going Primark. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with Primark. Alhamdulillah, yeah, we've got no problem with Primark. Wallah, yeah, COVID is COVID. Do you get it?
So we've got maybe 30 people, 20 people, 30 people.
Yeah, most of them are Muslim, yeah.
29
Yes.
men and 1 lady.
Yes.
I mean, I'm trying to make it.
Like I try and say that they
The point I'm trying to make is that women are not represented.
yes they are. Look.
You said you talk about Gucci.
No, bring. I don't know. If there's no sisters, it's not my fault.
Gucci. Some do, sure.
Come on. You never see with a Gucci. I got to tell you, it's fake, original fake.
They're more concerned about having children, leading a good life, having a job.
Who?
No. There are more important considerations.
Of course, I never said.
men.
No, but that helps my. Yeah, but Ali, that helps my case, yeah. Because I'm seeing that those kids and children, yes, her husband needs to provide for her. If any woman understood their rights in Islam, yeah, even men would want to be a woman. Trust me. You know why? Because they're right. They don't need to work. No, I never said this to prove God. Do you wish we talk about God?
I just have a quick question though. I just have just a quick question though. But was the whole thing with the inheritance and everything primarily going to the men based upon in ancient times where women had no jobs, they didn't have the right, and so naturally the burden fell on the husbands and the men to provide. So at that time it made sense that they would be the ones who would receive the lion's share. But these days every women work. In fact, some women earn more than men.
No, but one second.
You could argue then that
1 second.
that
But what
maybe
if?
those laws are as applicable men as they are now.
No, he's right.
And so that's
Okay, no problem. But what we're saying is, if the wife,
We have to reimagine societies to work for us. We have to
No.
societies to work for the white, the black, the brown, everyone.
Yeah, but that's what we do. Islam does that. Islam does that.
I think Islam does that better than
Do you need that light? That light is mashing up my eye.
Limited to a book.
Can you put that light down a bit? Whoever it is, bro. Woo.
Doesn't have to be
Can you
limited
turn
to
it? I got my own nur. I don't need that.
It doesn't have to be limited to a book that was written 1,440 years ago.
Yes, but that book that's 1,440 years old is
We can reinvent reinvent ourselves.
No, we don't need to.
By engaging with each other, by meeting philosophy, and by actually creating societies that work for us. Not by saying, oh, it works for us because it works for God.
Yeah, but have you seen the Sharia work in its full force?
1440, bro.
If you haven't, how could you say it's bad that you don't?
When has it ever worked in a full sport? It's like saying
It has.
communism is
It has.
amazing if
Umar ibn
everybody does
Khattab.
it right.
In
When
Umar
has
ibn
it ever
Khattab's
worked
time.
right?
In Umar ibn Abu Bakr's time. Umar ibn Khattab's time. It was
What are you
flourishing.
just saying about the
It was
famine?
flourishing. Muslim Spain. Muslim. Sorry.
But the famine is...
No, famine is sorry. I can't go to the weather.
nature. How is he
It's
going
nature. But I'm saying
I don't deny there were certain...
he made a point I need to cover. He asked a question. He said, "I'm asking one question." Yeah. The point here is, you said back then men were, the breadwinners, etc. But women work now. No problem. Guess what? It gets better for the females. Even in today's time, the sister Ashley, yeah. Sister, if you was, are you guys married by the way?
No.
It's just friends.
Yes.
Okay, if you get married, come to your wedding, yeah? Okay. You're not gonna get married, yeah? Sister, if you got married and you said to your husband, I want to stay at home and look after the kids, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, listen, please, there's the only lady here, so we should show respect, yeah? Okay. Sister, if you said you got married and you said to your husband that you want to stay at home and just look after the kids, yeah? You have that right, yeah? Okay. Now, the husband has to look after you. He has to provide for you. Okay. Now, if you want to go out and work where it comes to you, if you say, no, I want to get a part-time job now, that's better. That means that's more cash for you. You know what that means? That means you can go and work now, because Islam doesn't say a woman can't work. You can go work now. Now you're balling because you're making more money. Yeah? You're making more money on top of your husband, because your husband still needs to pay for the shopping.
I think that'd be hypothetical though, because in some societies that are highly patriarchal,
Yeah.
women are expected to stay home and they don't necessarily have the right, and
Yes.
they're also kind of financially tied to their husbands if their
Yes.
husbands don't allow them to work.
Yeah.
So therefore they don't have their own, like, even if they theoretically did have their own income,
Yeah.
they're still highly dependent on their husbands who are the breadwinner, and they're
Yes.
kind of forced to stay home.
But you see, that's a very valid point, sister. That's why we have a dowry in Islam. Do you know what dowry is?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know why we have that?
So that the woman can stay.
No, you know what? That's your security. So, for example, if you're, let's say, I want to marry you, for example, yeah. Then I'm giving an example. If that was the case, sister, you can say, okay, you want to marry me? I want you to give me 15 grand.
Ali, we have to run off.
Are you going? It's a pleasure, man. Pleasure. Sorry if I said anything to.
I assume you're fasting.
Yeah. I'm too fast to fast
What are you
still.
breaking fast on?
Dates.
On dates.
Yeah,
You're
hopefully.
celebrating.
Yeah.
Sahih.
But let's meet again, man. This is good.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. This was an interesting conversation.
It will. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Gentlemen, Sahih.
Thank you. Take care. Thank you. Take care. May Allah accept it. May Allah accept it.
يقبل صيامكم.
Yeah, so sister, the reason why, because I did a social experiment about this, yeah? Now, the reason why you have a right to mahar, dowry, is because that's for your security. So if a man is after the wrong things, that secures you and protects you. Now, why Allah says that the men are maintainers of women is because if a man wants to marry you, he has to come and speak to your dad. Why? Because we know there's a lot of men out there, they have the wrong intentions, yeah? And if he's serious, he will go and speak to your dad. Why? Because if he truly honors you. But if he just wants to mess around with you, he's just going to come and say, oh, look, forget your dad, let's just date for a couple of weeks, see how it goes, yeah? And he's probably going to try to take advantage of you and duck out. The dowry is there, why? It serves two purposes. Number one, if I'm after the wrong intention and you come and say to me, okay, I want 10 grand, I'm going to say, yeah, bun that, because I'm going to go to some whatever, yeah, I don't know how much it is, 10, 20 pounds, I don't know what the hell goes on there, yeah?